this guy. Costume. Let's go default Bayonetta. For some reason in games like this, or just in any game really, when plot, like, important stuff happens, I usually tend to go for, like, the normal costume.
Really? Because if I were here, I would have chosen the Metroid one and fucked around with the visor the whole time.
Well, that's obviously an option as well, but...
They should have just given you the visor, like with any other costume, too.
Yeah, not even the helmet, just the visor.
What follows those living in the light is nothing but the profound, empty darkness born from the shadow that grows longer as they approach the brilliant radiance. To truly see, your eyes must be open to both light and dark. Don't you agree, my dear child?
Mummy's here! Mummy's here! Mummy!
Little one.
You've arrived, my dear, sweet Cereza. My, why the grim face, my dear? As a child, your smile was warmer than the sun.
So, you are the last of the Lumen sages.
I am indeed. My name is Balder, but if you so choose, you may address me as...
This guy looks like he...
There is much
you may address me as your dad.
I'm your dad.
It has been
This guy, he looks like he came out of God Hand.
Since we last
He does. And I only
If
played
your
like 20 minutes of
memories
God
were still
Hand.
intact, this would have been a much more emotional reconciliation.
How did you get the girl?
Where shall I begin? We, the Lumen sages, and your Umbra witches, have long been the overseers of history, each bearing witness with their own eye. This is how our universes...
I like this guy, like, character-wise, he's kind of interesting, because he's got, like, a presence in the cutscenes.
However,
his boss is dumb, just because it's, like, nothing to write home about.
Yeah. From the world's affairs.
And this is, like, where the game just starts to dump plot on you. So, I'm not a huge fan of the end of the game.
Are the left eye of the eyes of the world.
Could you dispense with the riddles and just tell me what these sodding eyes actually are?
Your years of slumber have caused you to forget many things, even as we stand on the verge of the resurrection of the Creator. The resurrection of Jubileus. There is but one way to return your epic of forgotten memories and open your eye of the Overseer. Your uncorrupted eye had to be exposed to the history it could not see. Ah. Your battles, your struggles, everything you've experienced in this town has been a stepping stone for your enlightenment. It has all been done for the left eye.
I've had enough of your philosophical pretensions. I won't ask again. Where did you get the girl?
Your question has been answered. All this has been done to awaken the left eye. For that, you had to see yourself once more.
You are truly beyond salvation, sage.
Ah, salvation. Such a curious word. I mark the path to salvation with light. However, no matter how brilliant that light grows, the darkness within the human heart grows even darker. Light, dark, and chaos between. 3 realities, once split, shall be brought together to create a new universe in the image of the old. To these ends, leading to the Festival of Resurrection 500 years ago, I fanned the flames of terror.
This looks like a Sonic the Hedgehog city.
It does.
Despite the people's belief,
It looks like the one that was in the anime movie.
Yeah.
the Creator,
What a great
the
movie.
I love that movie.
left eye was out of reach. Since then, I have devoted myself to this town's prosperity. And now it is time for my preparations to bear fruit. Jubileus will be resurrected. We will become the eyes of the world, and a new universe will take over.
I could never call the man behind this nightmare father.
Great speech, big guy.
Luca,
Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we, Mr. Big Shot Ithoval Executive? Salvation, light. You take this entrepreneurial philosophy a bit seriously, don't you? But it's all diarrhea of the mouth, if you ask me. History is littered with famous genocidal figures, just like you. Or, should I say, infamous genocidal figures.
You must be Luca, journalist extraordinaire. I must say, I'm truly impressed you've made it this far, child. Like father, like son, I suppose.
What?
Luca, Luca, Luca. Your father had problems with my philosophies. It's fine to investigate, but when malicious rumors start to spread, I must see to it that they come to a stop. For being kind enough to ascertain that my long-lost eraser was at the bottom of some lake, I granted him his final wish and accepted his permanent resignation.
You bastard!
You are of no use to me. However, I am not without dignity. I will allow you to die in the same way as your father. Well, I guess my plan has gone right out the window.
Wow, complete with dad jokes. He really is Bayonetta's father.
Sacrifice had to be made. But if destiny is not
Under the robe, he's also wearing dad jeans.
tragedy.
And a shirt that says #1 Grandpa.
Speaking of tragedy, I suppose you've met Jean. While she sealed you away and kept you from trouble, after falling into our hands, she's been incredibly useful. Although her distinct lack of obedience required a bit of mental reprogramming. Her tragic end led you directly to me, just as planned. The time for awakening the left eye is soon. Fear not, my dear, sweet Cereza. Do not fear your...
Like I said, this guy's pretty cool, but it's just... It's unfortunate that this is like... They throw so much of him in at once because this is the only time he could have been introduced.
Yeah.
That it's kind of annoying. It would have been better to have him... It's kind of the same thing that happens with Wesker in Resident Evil 5, only it's better that way, because Wesker is better in that game, and the, like, large amount you get him at just suddenly. This guy is just like, stop. Hopefully he won't be doing a whole lot of running, otherwise we'll be getting some Boulder Dash around here. So yeah, Father Boulder is really not... Father? He's really not that bad. In terms of bosses like this, I said this before, but Jean would have been better in his place. Like, if you fight her after you fight him, would have been better, but that is not what happens.
Yeah.
He's just, I feel like he doesn't really bring a whole lot to the table.
Yeah, he looks pretty. He looks like an intimidating boss, but...
Yeah. The thing is, his main moveset is this thing where he throws his whip at you.
Mm-hmm.
That's something a normal enemy has done with the joys.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to dodge them. That's just how you activate which time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to just try and do, like, normal attacks now.
Also, does he only have one health bar?
Maybe.
It seems pretty evident that he does.
Okay, so I need to either pay attention or just stop trying to get witch time. That isn't a particularly nasty attack either. He doesn't really...
That's not
he doesn't...
damage for
you know,
a final
he
boss.
doesn't have... Well, who said this was the final boss?
Again. And I trust him. Superman.
Kinda.
Wait, what? Wait.
It's really not that bad. It's like...
No, that was... Wow.
Let down,
Yeah.
again, is the big word to use here. Yeah, I keep getting the timing all wrong in that. I'm gonna blame it on me talking. But yeah, you don't have very many opportunities to activate which time. That's the only time is when he does. You have to dodge 3 of those in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that counted at all.
Yeah, technically you should have gotten it.
Yeah. He also just looks like an evil peacock, man.
I like that though, because he has the peacock feathers on his costume, so it's kind of like a logical extension. But he also, like, for as intimidating as he looks, he also doesn't look intimidating.
Yeah, I think that does work sometimes, but I don't know if it works exactly for Father Boulder here. Obviously, which time is the best time to attack him. Ooh. I just started pressing buttons there because he has more than one of those, like, kind of QTE attacks. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know which one it was going to be. Come on. I wish you could get witch time from that, but... Do something. And I don't know if that's a whip or a feather.
Yeah, it looks like it's one of his, feathers.
Yeah, because, again, that's a concept I like. Conceptually, this is a cool guy, but it's just... He doesn't blow me away.
Yeah.
If this fight was 13 Goofith and Gories, or whatever their names were, Grace and Glory.
Gilbert and Godfrey.
Yeah, Gilbert and Grape.
Gilbert and Grape.
This would have been much harder.
Oh yeah, because Gilbert and Godfrey are actually hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I couldn't listen to that screaming the whole time.
Alright, this one has pretty tight timing. Nope, it's the same one.
Wow.
Never mind. I've never had this happen before.
Just like you in the level, you're literally getting let down.
Mm-hmm. And he's like stopping his attacks, so he's being like intentionally annoying.
Yeah. It's like a real father.
He is a letdown.
This is gonna be one hell of a way to end a boss.
Yeah, right. This is also something that
Oh, that's upsetting.
well, this is something that I actually do like in this fight. Because it asserts his dominance.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, to fight April, but he's got phases. By phases, I just mean you just have to do the same thing 3 times.
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, I mean, I like that your Wicked Weave doesn't work against him.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a bit of a letdown because that's the first. Isn't that the first Wicked Weave you get?
Yeah, it's the like the normal one, like your first one that you start off with. I wonder if he's gonna get more annoying. Yeah, this is it. This is really tight timing. It doesn't kill you, thankfully. I should start pressing the buttons now. It's probably gonna switch them up on me.
Just headbutted?
Yeah, she headbutted the building.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, the timing on that is pretty tight, and it throws 2 button combinations at you that you don't usually have to press, which is A and X. And he's just back to his old tricks. My father Balder went out to go get cigarettes 7 years ago and never came back. Maybe it's only 2 phases, I don't actually remember. No, there's definitely a third one. But yeah, this is a good way to show that your boss character is more powerful than the ones you fought
Yeah.
by having him dispose of your Wicked Weaves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. He almost felt like a normal, like, non-platinum boss, and then he did that shit.
Yeah, that was the most platinum thing he could have ever done.
There's so many bright colors at some points in this, like, I just lose myself.
I know, yeah. What hit me?
It looks like a planet.
No, not yet.
Oh boy.
Come on. You're getting careless now. Maybe it just fell off somehow.
Uh-oh.
I have a feeling they're gonna switch up the buttons and it's gonna be really annoying. Alright. Yeah, those are good to do. If you don't do those, you take a little bit of damage, but not a ton. So it's like you can potentially not really, lose a whole lot, and you can still go on your merry way.
What's the point of that bubble? It, like, traps you in there and then he shoots you?
Yeah, but I always, I've never been attacked by it. He just kind of seems to trap you in it and then kind of build up his strength to, I guess, attack you, but he's never done it.
That was nicely done.
That was very nicely done.
Don't fuck with a witch.
But Bayonetta, I am your father.
No.
Yes.
This is so stupid.
No, this is the best. Now, I don't remember where to shoot him, so this might end badly. And if you fail here, you have to do the whole thing over again. But I'm pretty sure you gotta hit him dead in the forehead. Down the forehead. Hit my down the forehead. So what did you think of Father Boulder?
Underwhelming.
Yeah. He's fun to fight, but...
I guess it looks pretty cool.
He doesn't belong at this point in the game. Because he's not very difficult.
No.
I've got to give you credit, Bayonetta. You never cease to impress.
You haven't seen the half of it.
I've seen enough. Well, that about wraps it up, huh?
Not yet.